Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Quiver podcast. Brian, I don't think the last time we experienced any sort of a loss in UAAP was game 2 of the finals pa against UP. And technically nga, in and out yun eh. So I don't even think I'll count that as a loss, diba? If you think about it. So today it's just me and Brian, and we'll talk about the UP LaSalle game, which look, um I'm gonna channel my inner Grim from the Nico Rocha podcast. Shout out to the Nico Rocha podcast and say, how does he say it? He has a way of saying it that para, yo pare, I'm not even gonna watch the game.
Yeah, it's not easy to watch this game kasi parang sa work and all tayo, 'di ba?
Yeah. It was more that. I think it was more. We also had work, but that being said, I did try to open the game up once in a while, and when you turn it on Pilipinas Live and you see that you're up 18-5, you're just gonna go back to work. Alam mo yun? So, okay.
Kaya niyo na 'yan.
Oo. Okay na yan. Okay na yan. I'll wait na lang for the next set. Alam mo yun. So that's what happened in set one. So another dominating win by the Lady Spikers for a match that, and all three sets were 30 minutes and under. And Brian, 3-0. Haven't dropped a set this season. Um, a part of me is a little bit worried na, alam mo yan, like in basketball terms, are we peaking too early? Things like that. What are your thoughts on this so far? But it's different because we played FEU and Adamson already. It's different. So Brian,
UST,
go.
UST,
Yeah, I
UST.
say if UST. Yeah, UST pala.
Oo,
Oo. Adamson
grabe.
Zobel kanina, which Zobel won. Sorry, that I got
Oo,
confused. No.
yeah, nami-mix up na. Marami kasing games kanina, even the baseball, pero yun UP din kalaban. Um, yeah, I think you have a good point there that there could be signs that peaking too early. I mean, one factor, I guess, then to play the devil's advocate and to maybe start the episode a little bit on the less positive side. Kahit panalo 3-0, diba, is that Lasal did not join the fabled Shakey's preseason tournament coming into the season, meaning parang tayo yung Ateneo sa men's basketball, nagtago tayo, 'di ba? So I guess there's that element of surprise to the teams in the league facing Lasal na parang they don't really know what to expect. And maybe UE lang yung aware sa atin because we faced them, I think, sa uni games. And yun, parang apart from that, no one else saw the full potential of Lasal head to head. Kasi syempre pwede mo man panoorin yung videos but you never know what you're gonna expect sa real-time battle. So maybe there is that element. But what surprised me pleasantly in this game against UP is that na Shavana Lapot proof yung system eh. I mean, obviously coming into this game, Shavana was heralded as a player of the week. Rightfully so, maganda yung ano niya, pinapakita niya. And then Sophie, in her pre-game report said that wala si Shavana. So parang syempre, the average Lasal fan would be intrigued. Parang how would this team perform without Shavana? And we saw that. As in, balanced scoring. We have to credit Shana Nunag for feeding everyone. I think kahit rookie siya, parang alam niya na yung timpla ng bawat mapaprovido kanino. Even the fellow rookie, Mikey Santos, talagang nabibigyan niya ng opportunities na pumalo. And of course, si Reterta, who also benefited from Laput's absence, as in, grabbing production nila. All in all, four of them reach double digits, and it's not every game that this happens. So for that to happen in this way and in a dominant fashion, meaning three sets lang, lalong mahirap i-accomplish yun, di ba? Na mag double digits ka kasi syempre the more sets, the easier it is to pile up the points. But the ladies are just really efficient, and that's really refreshing to see.
I wanted to talk about the Shivana Lapot absence, and you touched on it, right? That it was an extremely balanced scoring effort for us. throughout the game, and it shows the depth of the archers. It shows also the um, how prepared we are going into this season. And you talked a lot about not doing all of those leaks and stuff. Um, in the past few years, we have in situations like this, we would end up asking Canino to score 22, 25, 30 points. We're not doing that this season because a lot of people are stepping up to the plate. So obviously the 1-2 punch is Canino Lapot, and then you move to Provido then in the next one. But today it was a four-man punch, right? So talk about like we talk about this I'll talk about this in basketball terms. In basketball, of course, we want Jacob and Mike to play well, but to win a championship, we needed Earl, belated happy birthday. We needed Earl to play well. We needed JC to play well, and we needed all the other guys to step up. Is this what this Lady Archer group is trying to is now doing as well? I mean, earlier in the season at least.
Looks like it kasi yun nga, we can prove that we don't really need that one person to shine. But of course, like what Shavana did in the FU game, if merong magiging anchor yung offense, meron talaga. But it doesn't mean na kung wala, hindi naman nanalo. So there's that fluidity in the system. And a lot of that really has to go with how the team is set up through Ashana Nunag setting. As in, yes, of course, first 3 games, rookie, we don't want to hype her too much, but we acknowledge how she stabilizes this team. And sinasabi nga ng mga tao, even before this season, was that the LaSalle attack has so much potential. It just needs a smart setter that could unlock that potential, and it parang ito na yon. Of course, time will tell if ito na talaga yon, and we don't want to heap too much pressure on Nunag, but it seems that she's unfazed by it anyway. So I don't know if this message would come to her or parang ano, but I think she'll be aware of it. I mean, playing for LaSalle already is already filled with pressure, 'di ba? Lahat naman ng tao sinasabi yan eh. So it's so far so good, and we still know that we're far from where we want to be. I think if I will nitpick, yung second set na medyo naging voluminous na yung errors and somewhat nakakadikit yung UP, although the score there was still far, but alam mo yun, nagkaka-momentum sila. Unlike in the first set when I think LaSalle played almost flawless the entire set. Nung nag-12-1, wala pang errors yun yung LaSalle eh. I mean, if titingnan natin, LaSalle of old na nag-average ng 8 to 10 errors per set, at 12-1, maybe apat na doon naging error. So instead of 12-1, baka 8-4 siya. I mean, it could have been 8-5, so it could have been a closer game. Ito parang pinapakita ng LaSalle na ano eh. They're having fun with their volleyball, and having fun with their volleyball leads to fewer errors, and that's the positive I'd like to pick out in the first set. No second, third set siguro medyo nag-fade ng konti, but overall we can't take too much shine out of this wonderful win, diba?
Oh yeah, it was a great win, and yun nga, like I wanted to talk about two things with you on this matter. Number one, alam mo yung second set na it was a little bit tight at the start, and then we pulled away. It's like okay, no, what's going on? Alam mo yun. But it's probably also because of the expectation already of this team. Like wow, this team is. I don't know if it's fair to say this, Brian. But correct me if I'm wrong, and maybe some of the volleyball fans will kill me here because I genuinely like. Did anyone here think we would go 3-0 and not drop a single set in the first 3 games? Like I don't think this was on anyone's bingo card. The mere fact that we were playing UST just means that okay, we're probably gonna drop a set or two, but we're now 3 games in and we're not in, and we haven't dropped a set, and suddenly the expectations are going high. But I wanted to touch on another point you had, which is the girls are playing with a lot of freedom and the pressure is off. Why do you think the pressure is off, Brian? As in, why do you think it's off right now? Like, is it because you have a better setter now? Question mark. Is it because the scoring is now more balanced? Like, what do you think is contributing to this?
Well, initially, di natin pwede sabihin na walang expectation from this team to get to the finals lest win it, diba? So it's always been there. Even I think with as long as we see Coach Remel on the bench, nandun yan. So I think wala yung pressure is because they're siguro nakikita rin natin yung parallels with the Green Archers. I don't know if they're intentionally emulating that amongst themselves or they're becoming more aware. Remember, Shavana is the captain this season and maybe there is that I see someone in Shavana yung tipong harmonizing figure and it spreads across the team. And there's also this presence of Chuck Cruz Behag on the sidelines. Someone who's been through the pressure, but remember when we were watching her play back when we were still in school, kahit sobrang pressure pack na nung Lasal, parang siya yung hindi mo masyado kinakabahan out of them eh. Parang pag nagkamali siya, ay, oops, ganun lang. Pero parang there's that charm and that aura that you see in her. And maybe these elements coming together, uh, especially with all the hype surrounding coming to the season, may hype yung UST, may hype yung NU, may hype yung UP, even FU and Adamson are trumpeting themselves, which is encouraging, diba? But at the same time, Lasal, parang hindi tayo yung naging lead favorite lang eh. Parang everyone seemed to like their chances. And as a result, naninibago yung iba with the kind of pressure they're encountering. Whereas Lasal, the pressure is always there. And parang siguro na-realize na din nila among themselves na as few moments in this game against UP showed, minsan totoong kalaban lang talaga nila sarili nila eh. It's when they make those errors or lapses in judgment that they allow opponents to gain more confidence than they could have. Kasi kung titignan lang natin yung first set, parang hinihintay na lang yata nila mag-top out yung UP eh. To the point na medyo nagkaka-errors na nung patapos yung first set. But before that, parang sabi ko, oh, this could get ugly. And it almost did.
Yeah. Okay. Now I want to touch on quickly the next game. We play Ateneo next. Yeah. You know, in any sport, when you play Ateneo, it's like we're serious about this. But um, um, yeah. Okay. I just want to say this that I guess everyone's expecting to win against Ateneo, but we've seen in at least set one and set two that complacency can creep in, and it's a rivalry game, and stats are thrown out the window, even though I guess in basketball stats are thrown out the window very easily, same as in football. Volleyball's a little bit different because of the pace of the game. So but when we play Ateneo next, there has to be that focus, but and we absolutely have to come in and be killers against them, because Ateneo could come in extremely motivated against their arch rivals. Kahit ano sasabihin natin, arch rivals natin yung Ateneo, and something could happen. And that's why, look, when we played against UP, they're not our arch rivals. They're just there. Diba? Like in basketball, we've been playing for several years, but Ateneo has that history. So, Brian, what do you think about that Ateneo game, and how careful should the Lady Spikers be?
Buti nga, binago nila yung schedule because this game was initially scheduled to be at the QPAV. Parang delikado pag doon eh kasi alam mo yun, medyo may element of something new. So we stay in Araneta for this one. And I think Ateneo having seen their games, they pushed UST to extra points no first set of this game they had earlier today. So I mean, imagine what would have happened had they won set one. They won 2 sets against this UP team that Lasal just beat. It's not an indication that diba, na whatever happens there, kung tinalo natin UP, kaya na dapat natin Ateneo. It's not an indication of that. Rather, it means that they have this fighting spirit, and that's something na mahirap kalaban kapag ina-expect na agad ng mga tao na mananalo ka even if wala pang first serve sa volleyball. So I think what I liked about the Lasal performance kanina, kahit medyo naging erratic na towards the end, which is normal, is that they showed respect to UP. Alam nila kung sino yung kakalabanan nila. They didn't take it easy because naawa na sila sa kalaban nila. Of course, UP, kami ni Vic, we talked about this in the previous episode. We know what the team's potential is. It's just a matter of them maybe not yet familiar with themselves. But still, 2-1 start, diba? I mean, that's not so bad. With Ateneo, ganun din eh, kasi nawalan sila ng dalawang key players in attack, De Guzman and Miner. And syempre, some of their key players now are newcomers and or mga rookies last year na trust into this seniority now. And I think if they feel a semblance of enjoyment in the game against LaSalle, they'll be more difficult to face. But then if they feel the pressure of needing a win, to win a set, needing to win the match, then I think it could be easy pickings for Lasal as long as Lasal stays in the right mindset. Kasi syempre pag yung players natin naman yung nag-relax, then you know how things could go wrong. And si Coach, makikita na natin yung mga pictures ni Coach Noel na ayaw natin makita. Yung mga nagiging meme or yung kakamot ng ulo or yung may, ano to? Yung stare down of death na lang, parang ganun. Parang delikado, parang ganun. So we don't want that. For sure the players don't want that. So they will come into this game just playing their game, parang ganun lang. Kasi like what you said, they've already shown against FEU, UST, and UP. I'm not sure if they really aimed for 9-0 start in terms of sets, but that's just a bonus if ever hindi man. Kasi nga, kahit tayo, di naman natin na-expect na magiging ganito ka dominant yung outcomes so far.
That's right. So playing Ateneo on this coming week is a big deal. Like let's not sugarcoat it. And it's a rivalry game is always a big deal, and nobody in their right mind should take the foot off the pedal. Pagdating dito. So please go and support the team against Ateneo. Of course, we'll do our best to cover this. And going back to my Graham hat na lang dito na sorry for the lack of a better term, but I think that the next game talaga that we will look forward to is the game against NU eh. Alam mo yun? Para, we're beating teams. And that's the thing eh. That's the thing about the UAAP schedule eh. And this is true for all sports ha. 1 and 2 kasi will play at the very end. But the difference is, number 2 plays the hardest teams at the start. That's always the schedule. That has never changed so far. But in general, number 2 always plays the hardest teams. So if you talk about difficulty from last season, LaSalle's difficulty will always start as the second hardest, and then it goes down up until you go back up towards the end when you play defending champion. It's always like that. So alam mo yan, like we get a little bit giddy and thinking about the NU game already, but it's because you've just played two very tough. We're 3-0. We played two of the tougher teams in the league. Maybe Adamson. We'll see. But now I think let's just hope that the girls take it one game at a time and don't have their eyes too far away. And as fans, our eyes are far away because of course the expectations have shot up. But this. But like we have to be reminded of the journey of the Green Archers as well. That we have to take it game by game. We have to. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So we'll temper our expectations down and support the team nonetheless. All right. So our goal here was to keep the time of this podcast under 30 minutes, which is the length of the longest set. But the shortest set is 25 minutes. So we have a few more minutes before we hit the 25 minutes. But you know what? If you talk about the time, no other timepiece gives you better time than Ibarra. So they have the Trofeo Green Watch is available in the DLSAA store, where every purchase contributes to the scholarship fund. So it's great. I'm a fan of Ibarra. The guys in Ibarra know this. I'm the first one to ever buy their watch, and it's something that it's a nice timepiece, and we encourage everyone to do it. And so if you're looking for something to elevate your game a little bit, like Ibarra Manila, check them out on Instagram. BSA office, and of course, in some other retail stores nationwide. They're available in Cultura for sure. I've seen them. All right, so that's it for this episode of the Quiver podcast. So in other news, Isabel lost to Southridge, guest team, by a lot in the baseball championship. Zobel, if I'm not mistaken, Zobel is in the final four now in the basketball. Yeah, so in basketball. So let's also support. Let's also support the DLSZ. Yeah, yeah. Brian, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, ano, syempre, like what he said, na kami ni Vic nung previous episode, we'll also mention the not so highs. So, natalo yung men's volleyball team in four
Yeah,
sets against UP earlier in the day. And nanalo naman yung baseball team six
against UP.
runs to five against UP then. And natalo yung LaSalle softball the day before against UST, walk off. So yeah, a lot of sports happening, and also the tennis happening over every weekend ata, and maybe some weekdays over in Bulacan. So full swing yung UAP now. I think na kung follower kayo ng league, it's best time this season na sabay-sabay na ulit yung games. Kasi nung first sem, I think not all sports sabay-sabay. Parang sometimes basketball, football lang eh. Kasi 'di ba the other
Yeah,
events, there's parang 1 week lang, mga ganun, mga meets lang. So chess na yata yung kasabay minsan ng basketball and football that time. Yeah. So that's
that
the rundown.
yeah. All right. So thank you for listening to another episode of the Quiver Podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our page. And of course, if you see us during the games, just approach us. We don't bite. Willy bites. But if that's
Si
your
Willie,
thing,
babalik daw si Willie eh. On Sunday.
So si Willy bites. Yeah, si Willy bites. Yun na lang sasabihin ko. No, but don't hesitate to approach us. We're nice people naman in general, and and we'd love to hear your commentary. Okay, we have 3 minutes to go before we hit the time limit of 25 minutes, which is the length of set number 2, where we won 25-15 despite it being close at the start. So thank you for listening to The Quiver. Animo, Lasal.
Lasal.